Hello guys, guess what? It's time for you to do very well in this year exam. I'm going to be taking you around every singular thing on your Igcse mathematics, and we're going to focus on 2024 exam question. And which of the 2024 exam question we're going to focus on your May-June papers, and then we're going to look at your paper 1 core. So in your paper 1 core, what are we going to look at there? I'll take you around every singular thing on this particular 0580/11. That's your paper 1, mostly the type 1 that we're given in paper 1. And of course, these questions has a total of 25 questions. So we're going to look at all of them from the beginning to the end, and then you are going to solve with me. Are you ready? Yeah, let's go. First and foremost, I'd like you to note this, that of course, this is our paper 1 core, right? Paper 1 core 058011, right? Of course. And we're giving 1 hour, that's your May-June exam 2024. And then we are good to start and go together. Let's go. Now look at question number 1 powerfully well. The question all the way here says, write 0.8 as a fraction. That's under question 1. We're giving 1A, 1B, 1C. Write 28% as decimal. Of course, when you have solved the questions, you are going to be positioning all their answers here already. You know that, right? Oh, yes. So write 0.8 as a fraction, 28% as decimal, 4876 correctly to the next 100. Oh yeah, let's go together. Look at the question 1A. The question 1A says write 0.8 as a fraction. Now, how do I write 0.8 as a fraction? Very simple. 0.8 divided by 1. Okay, multiply here by 10, multiply here by 10, right? Oh yes. So what will happen? 0 will come and take out this decimal from here. And then what am I going to have? That's your 8 times 1. That's 8 all over 1 times 10 is how many? 10. And if you reduce this, what are you going to have? 4 all over what? 5. That's the answer. So the only thing expected of you to write as the answer is just what? 4 over 5. And you are out of there. That's your what? Your question what? 1A. Now, question 1B, write 28% as a decimal. 28% as decimal. How do we do that? It's going to give you nothing but that's 28%. There is over what? 100, right? And this is going to give you 0 here. We take out the decimal, move it inwards. That's 1. Take out the 0, then you move this inward. What are you going to have? That's going to give you 0.28. That's the correct answer. As what? Decimal. What's the answer? 0.28. And you're out of there. Simple. Does it make sense? Are you following me? So if they twist it and probably they give you, let me say 35% as decimal. Can you do this for me? We are one to go. Do it for me. This is going to give you nothing but your what? Your 35 over 100, right? This to 0, we move this 1, 2. And what are you going to have? 0.35 is the correct answer. And you are out of there. Are you with me? Look at 1C. 1C says, write 4876 correct to the nearest 100. That's your 4876 to the nearest 100. You know, this is your 100, tens, and your what? Your units. And this is your 1000 to the nearest 100. That means we're going to approximate to what? 100, right? And if you're approximating to 100, what is going to happen there? Are we going to round up that 7? Or it's going to round off? Of course, you're going to round it what? Up. And what is it going to give you? That's going to be plus 1 on this 8, right? And then I'm going to have nothing but your what? Your 4900. That's the correct answer. So rounding up this guy to the nearest 100, what is it going to give you? Your 4900 is the answer. Are you with me? So if they ask you to round it up to the nearest 1000, what would have been the answer? If it is to the nearest 1000, that means we're going to work with your 4876 to the nearest 1000. Yes, your 1000, 100, tens, and what? Units. Of course, you're going to work with here. And then you're going to round up this 8. If you're rounding the if you're working on the 8, that means you're going to round it up. And that's going to give you your what? Your plus 1. That's going to give you 1 plus 5 is how many? 1 plus 4. That's your 5. So you're going to have what? 5000 as the correct answer. To the nearest 1000, what is it? 5000. To the nearest 100, what is it? 4900 is the correct answer. Does it make sense? That's everything about question 1. Now look at question 2. In question 2, we're given this beautiful question. Measure the length of line AB in millimeters. And of course, you are to position your answer here in what? Millimeters. That's where you're going to leave your answer. All you have to do is carry your meter rule, right? And then measure it against the millimeter side. By the time you do that, you're going to get the answer directly. Now, look at the question all the way. Measure the length of line AB in millimeters. Just take your meter rule, position it there from your A to your B, and then measure it to scale. For this particular question, the correct answer there is 107 millimeters. That's the answer. When you measure it using your meter rule, 107 millimeters is the correct answer. And first, I like you not to forget 3 important things you must hold tight here. Please, a standard meter rule has the following lengths. What are the lengths? Either it's in meter, you can convert it to centimeter, or you leave it in millimeter. For a standard meter rule, the length is what? 1 meter. In meter, the length is 1 meter, so it is just 1 meter. That's the length of a standard meter rule. What about if I'm to leave it in centimeter? In centimeter, it is 100 centimeter, because the normal conversion factor is that your 100 centimeters, what is it going to give you? It's going to give you nothing but your what? Your 1 meter. That's the correct answer. And you are out of there, right? Now, if you are to now leave the answer in millimeters, what is it going to give you? Of course, that's 1,000 millimeters is the correct answer. Why? Because 10 millimeters is equivalent to how many centimeter? 1 centimeter. So, if you are now to convert 100 centimeters to millimeters, you're going to multiply it by 10. That's going to give you 100 multiplied by 10, and the answer is going to give you 1,000. So a standard uniform meter rule, what's the length? 1 meter, which is equals to what? 100 centimeter, which is equals to what? 1,000 millimeters. That's the correct answer, and you are out of there. Are you with me? Now look at the next question very fast. Question 3. Who is excited? Let's go together. I know we have 25 questions altogether. In question 3, we're given this powerful question. The travel graph shows the journey of a bus, right? So the travel graph shows the journey of a bus. And the question says, find the distance the bus traveled in the first 50 minutes. The distance the bus travels in the first 50 minutes. How do we get the distance? In getting the distance, first, I want you to know that this graph here is a graph of distance against what? Time, right? And the time there is in minutes. The distance that the bus traveled in the first 50 minutes. So the time there is in minutes, right? And the graph of distance against what time? Now, in the first 50 minutes, let's go together. What are you going to have there? If you watch, this is your 1,400. That's 1,400, right? From 1,400 all the way to 1,300. What does this signify? It means that for the first 50 minutes, from here to here, is 10 minutes. Because if you watch from 1,400 to 1,300, the gap there is 30 minutes. So each box signifies 10 minutes. So if here is 10 minutes, here is going to be 20 minutes, here is going to be 30 minutes, here is going to be 40 minutes, and here is going to be 50 minutes. So for the first 50 minutes, if I trace it upwards, where is it going to end? It's going to come here, right? And if you trace it, that's going to give you 10. But what's the answer? In kilometers. So our answer is nothing but your 10 kilometers. That's all. The question says, find the distance the bus travels in the first 50 minutes. The first 50 minutes is going to give you how many? 10 kilometers. Just trace it. That's all. Are you with me? Now look at the next question very quickly. Question B of it says, find how long in minutes the bus is stationary. So, of course, the one that will be stationary, it is from this point here to this point. That's the stationary, right? Oh, yes. So, what was the time there? How long? That's going to give you from here to here. That's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So, the bus was stationary for how long? That's 40 minutes is the correct answer. Are you with me? See, that is very, very simple, easy, and direct, right? If you get this very quickly with me, look at the next question. Question 4, all the way. We're giving this powerful question that says, write down the order of rotational symmetry of a rhombus. Now, for a rhombus, okay, first, this is your rhombus, right? Oh, yes. Now, what's the order of the rotational symmetry? In a rhombus, how many sides can we rotate? It is just 2. The rotational symmetry in a rhombus is 2. Now, follow me from here. Let me show you something lovely. I like you not to forget this, that in quadrilaterals, any four-sided shape is a quadrilateral. So your rhombus is also a quadrilateral. What is the order of their rotational symmetry? What is the number of lines of symmetry that we see in quadrilateral? Let's start with your square. In a square, the order of rotational symmetry in a square is 4. Why the number of lines of symmetry in a square is 4? You must not forget any of this. Now, when you now leave square and you come down to your rectangle, what is the order of rotational symmetry in your rectangle? It is 2. The line of symmetry, how many? What are the numbers? They are also 2. They will keep asking you these questions every time, so you just have to know them. Now, what about for your rhombus? In a rhombus, it is 2. The line of symmetry is also what? 2. So rotational symmetry is 2. Line of symmetry is 2. When you come down to your parallelogram, rotational symmetry is 2. Why the line of symmetry is 0 in your what? Parallelogram. But when you come down to your kite, the kite is the last but not the least. What is the order of rotational symmetry in kite? It is 1. What about the line of symmetry in kite? It is 1 as well. If you understand this, please go through it very, very well. Let these 5 things, let them be ringing inside of you. They won't play with them. Are you with me? If you get that very fast, the next question is question 5. In question 5, we're given this beautiful question. The diagram shows a shape of 1 cm cube grid. What is the shape? 1 cm cube grid, right? And the question of the way says, find the area of the shape. Now, how do we get the area in this shape? Is very simple. Focus on the ones that are touching like the edges of the grid. If you watch, this guy here is perfect. So I'm going to take this. That's 1. Here is 2. That's 2 centimeters. Then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here is 10, right? This guy is just half. I don't need it. This is half. I don't need it. Then here is going to give me how many? This is 11, and then this is what? 12. The diagram shows a shape of 1 cm cube grid. Find the area of this shape. What's the area? 12 cm cube is the answer. That's all. Are you with me? So if you get that very fast, look at question 6 quickly. In question 6, we're given this question. Work out 28 minus 16 divided by 2. So how do we work this out quickly? Of course, just apply your board mass, the one you call board mass or your bead mass, right? In applying your board mass, what happens there? Of course, I'm going to work out my division first. This guy here, I'm going to work it out. So that's going to give me nothing but your 28 minus, then what do we have it to be? That's 16 divided by 2. And what is 16 divided by 2? That's 8. That's going to give you 28 minus 8. And that's going to give you 20. Is the correct answer. Hooray! So what's our answer? 20 is our answer. And we're out of there. Does it make sense? Okay. Now, look at this big aspect of it. Find the reciprocal of 4 over 5. Find the reciprocal of 4 over 5. If they ask you reciprocal, it just means inverse. Just what's the inverse? That's all. This is going to give you your 5 over 4. Reciprocal of 4 over 5 is what? 5 over 4. That's it. You are out of there. Okay, sir, what about the reciprocal of 2 over 3? What is the answer? 3 over 2 is the correct answer. What's the reciprocal of, let me say, 7 all over 8? What is the answer? 8 over 7. 8 over 7. That's the correct answer, and you are out of there. So reciprocal is just what? Inverse of it, and you are out. Look at the next question, question 7. In question 7, we're given this beautiful question. The temperature on Monday is minus 27 degrees Celsius, right? The temperature on Tuesday is what? 15 degrees Celsius higher than Monday. So Monday is 27, right? Tuesday was now 15 degrees Celsius higher than what? Monday. The question says, work out the temperature on Tuesday. Very simple. Monday temperature is what? Minus 27 degrees Celsius. Then Tuesday is 15 degrees Celsius higher. So just add 15 degrees Celsius to it. That's the answer. What are you going to have? Your minus 27 plus your 15 degrees Celsius. What's the answer? Of course, that's going to give you negative. Negative what? 12 degrees Celsius. And that's it. Negative 12 degrees Celsius is the correct answer. You just put it down and you are out from there. Quickly, you move to the next question. Are you with me? Look at the next question here, question 8, all the way. We're given this powerful and lovely question. Draw all the line of symmetry on this shape. All the line of symmetry on this shape. Now, in drawing the line of symmetry on this shape is very simple. Of course, this is one of the lines of symmetry, right? Oh, yes. In such a way that you can take the shape and kind of like fold it, right, against itself, and it will be perfect, right? So that's one of the line of symmetry. And then this is the second line of symmetry. Of course, and it's going to form like a diagonal across itself. That's it. because both of them are what? Perpendicular. So draw all the line of symmetry on this shape. That's just it. We have drawn it and we are out of there. Simple, easy and direct. Look at the next question, question 9. In question 9, we're given this switch question. The diagram shows two sides of parallelogram ABCD. Find the coordinates of point D. The diagram shows two sides of parallelogram ABCD. Find the coordinate of point D. Now look at the diagram. From this diagram, is there anything like D? No. The only thing we're given there, we're given your A, right? We're given your B, and then we're given C, but nothing like D. And we're told that it is a parallelogram. So if it is a parallelogram, that means I should be looking for my D around this region. I should be finding D around there, right? In such a way that if I join it, I'm going to have something lovely like this. So you can't come and be finding D somewhere here. It's not possible. It's a parallelogram. So the shape must be perfect at the end of the day, right? Yeah, let me show you how you're going to solve this simple way. So in attending to these questions, what do? Now come with me. What is the distance from your B to C? First and foremost, ask yourself, what's the distance from B to C? Because all I need is that I need it in such a way that when I position it, it's going to be something like this. This is how I'm expecting the shape to look like, right? Oh, yes. But how do I get it? First, what's the distance from B to C? So that when I know B to C, this point here, we're assuming that point to be D. So once I know the distance from B to C, right, I'm going to use it to correlate with A to D and then find the point D from there. Now, come with me. From my B to C, this is it. From here to here is 1, here to here is 2, right? Then here is 3, and then here is what? 4. So from B to C, I'm expecting 4. So I'm going to get something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the reverse direction. Now, from this point down to my C, how do I go? 1, 2, upwards, right? So I'm going upwards as well. On this other side, I'm going to go upwards. 1, 2, upwards. So this is the point there. Let me take it again and show you. Again, if we're taking that, what is it going to give us? From B to C, all we have done is 1, 2, 3, 4 to our C. And then we went 2 steps upwards. 1, 2, right? Do same. Here is your 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 2 steps upwards. 1, 2. So this is my point, what? D. So if that is my point D, how do I trace it exactly? So on the x-axis, if I trace it down on the x-axis, that's going to give me what? -3. On the y-axis, what is it going to give me? 7. So what is the answer? -3, 7. That's the answer. On the x-axis, what is it? -3. On the y-axis, 7. That's what it's going to correlate with. And you are out of there. Simple. Are you seeing it now? Very easy and what? Direct. If you get that very quickly with me, look at question 10. In question 10, we're given this powerful question. The total surface area of a cuboid, we're given cuboid, is 369 cm cube. Work out the value of h. Now, how do we get the value of h? Now, follow me from here. Here is your 15 cm cube. Of course, this is your length, right? The long side there, that's the length, 15. Here is your width. The width is what? 6 cm cube. And then the height is what? H. How do we solve this? You know, when you come to your cuboid, what's the area of a cuboid? Total surface area. How do we get, what's the formula for total surface area? Your total surface area of a cuboid, this is the formula. It is 2 into what? Length times your width, right? Plus your 2 into length times your height, plus your 2 into your width times your what? Height. So what's your total surface area? Your total surface area, what's the formula? It is your 2 into your length times your width, plus your 2 into your length times your height, plus your 2 into your width times your what? Height. That's the formula for your total surface area. So let's apply it and then get our answer. Applying the formula exactly, what are we going to have? Our total surface area, what's the value? It is 369. That means 369 is equal to 2 into your length, that's your 15, times your width, 6, plus your 2 into your length times height. What's your length? 15 times your height, plus our 2 into your width times height. What's your width? 6 times your what? Height. That's it. What is it going to give us? That means your 369 is equal to 2 into what? First and foremost, what's 15 times 6? 15 times 6 is 90, right? Yeah. 90 times 2 is 180. So that's going to give you 180 plus your 2 times 15, that's 30. That's your 30. That's your 30H plus this, that's 2 times 6 is 12. That's your 12 what H. That's what you're going to get there. That's going to give you nothing but your 369 is equal to, what's your, that's 180 plus 30 plus 12. What's 30 plus 12? That's 42. That's 42H, right? Oh yes, subtract. Bring 180 over to this side and then subtract. That's going to give you 369 minus 180 is equals to 42H, right? So what is 369 minus 180? 369 minus 180, that's going to give you 189. 189 is equal to 42H. Divide both sides by 42, divided by 42. So if I divide by 42, what's it going to give me? H is going to give me 189 divided by 42. Hooray, that's 4.5. Your 4.5 in centimeters. In centimeters become the what? The correct answer. Are you with me? So what are we going to be looking at? What are we going to be writing as our answer? 4.5 centimeters is the answer. So if you get that very fast, what is the answer? 4.5 what? Centimeters. Simple. You are out of there, right? If you get this very quickly with me, guess what? I'm going to pause here. And in the next class, we're going to continue with question 11. So in the next class, we're going to start from question 11. We have all the way from question 1 to 25. That's just paper 1 and then the part 1 of it. Guess what? I'll see you in question 11, which is the next class. But for the now, please, if you need private classes, right? You need private classes. You are saying, Sapi, please, I need private classes. Help me out with private classes. Just send me a message on WhatsApp on your plus 2348135301934 so that you can join thousands of other students that are also preparing for IGCSE exams like you. For the now, peace out. See you in the next class. Bye-bye.